Now, this past offseason, I made a video talking about Tyrese Haliburton and the Indiana Pacers and why I think that this team was probably better than a lot of people thought. But I didn't expect them to be a 4th seed at around the 20-game mark in the regular season. But that's where we are right now. At 10-6, the Indiana Pacers are the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. And that's largely because of the breakout season that Tyrese Haliburton is putting on right now with some efficient scoring and passing numbers. Them drafting what looks like the second coming of Michael Jordan and Benedict Mathurin. Buddy Hield and Miles Turner looking like full well trade pieces to now very good complementary role players that you would probably not want to trade as of yet or let their value go up a little bit. And they also have a couple young guys that are developing on this roster and showing what they really do in Jalen Smith, Isaiah Jackson, Aaron Naismith, Andrew Nembhard, and O'Shea Brissett. I'm pretty sure I pronounced Nembhard's name wrong, but you know, let me know in the comment. Alright, I got it almost right. It's Nembhard. I've been watching a couple of their games this season and the announcers keep going between Nembhard and Nembhard, so I really didn't know which one it was, but it's Nembhard. Before we get started, hi, I'm FLB. I make basketball content here on YouTube. We just hit 4K and I really just want to thank you guys for that. And because the past couple weeks have been really good for this channel, and I would love if you guys help me get to 5K before the end of the year. We make about 4 to 5 videos here on the channel. You can check out the previous videos. They've been doing well. People seem to like them. So with that being said, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. It's safe to say the Indiana Pacers are one of the most dynamic offensive teams in the NBA this season, being top 5 in scoring, being top, I think, 5 in three-pointers made this season per game, just right outside the top 10 in three-point percentage, and right now I think they're 3rd place in assists per game while being top 5 in pace, one of the faster teams in the NBA and one of the most energetic and crazy offenses the league has to offer. And that offense is spearheaded by this man right here, Tyrese Haliburton, who's right now having a breakout season, averaging 20.4 points and 10.7 assists, 1.8 steals on 49% shooting, 39% from 3, and 86% from the free throw line. Very efficient scoring numbers while being one of the league leaders in assists. The man is one of the greatest combinations of just playmaking and scoring ability this league has to offer right now. I think right now he's leading the league in potential assists, and a lot of the reasons why he's leading the league in those numbers is because of the absolute shooters that he has around him. Benedict Mathurin has come on the NBA scene and has been doing some insane thing, averaging 19.3 points per game, 3.9 rebounds on 44% shooting and 42% from 3. He's 2nd amongst rookies in scoring. He's number 1 in three-pointers made. And overall, while his defense is a work in progress, the man has been one of the most dynamic offensive rookies we've seen to date. He's just oozing confidence every single time he touches the court. Just the way he moves, he looks like he's somebody that can score on anybody at any single point if he chooses to. And with the development that you probably see from him for a couple of years, the man could very well be a superstar. But right now he's coming off the bench. They're giving him that my career storyline where he has to play a certain amount of games off the bench before he's a starter. And of course, at some point, he's going to be a full-time starter next to Tyrese. But right now, I understand Indiana wanting to keep him coming off the bench, being that dynamic scorer off of there. So they have somebody that can really keep up the pace of the offense once Tyrese or Buddy Hield does come out. And then you have Miles Turner and Buddy Hield that's been having career years themselves. Especially Miles Turner, who went on, I think, Woj's podcast the other day talking about wanting to be traded. Or, you know, insinuating that maybe a certain team should trade for him. Even though, right now, you're having the best season of your career. And I'm not gonna lie, you would not be having these numbers if you were on any other team like, you know, the Lakers. But he's averaging 17 points per game on 53% shooting and 36% from 3. A career high there, which is definitely a product of having somebody like Tyrese Haliburton here. While leading, I think, one of the league leaders or is the league leader in blocks per game at 3 per game right now, rebounding to the highest level of his career. And Buddy Hield over there is doing his job as a great scorer and shooter for this roster at 17 points per game and 38% from 3 on 10 attempts per game. And then you have the young guys. Of course, Chris Duarte got a little bit injured, so he's out of the lineup right now. But Jalen Smith, Isaiah Jackson, Aaron Naismith, Andrew Nembhard, O'Shea Brissett, all guys that come in and give this team some nice quality minutes. And looks like good complementary role players for this roster. Now, they don't have a main wing defender yet, and I think that's the next thing they should look for in the next draft or somewhere in free agency. You know, a wing defender that can truly, you know, take this team's defense to the next level, because right now that's where they're most lacking. Because while this team is great at protecting the paint, They are awful in a lot of other defensive categories. They give up a lot of fast break points. They give up a lot of second chance points. They give up a lot of points off turnovers, which you're going to have to live with a team that's this fast. They're going to turn the ball over, which they're also very high in the league. And while they're one of the tops in defensive rebounds per game, because they play at such a high pace, the stat you want to use to check how good of a rebounding team they are is the rebounding percentage. That shows, the amount of rebounds that go up per game, how many of them they are able to grab in their specific games, and they're one of the bottom 10 teams in the league at grabbing potential rebounds. So it lets you know this team has a good amount of things they do need to work on. And of course, a large problem with the rebounding is the simple fact that Jalen Smith and Miles Turner are very perimeter-oriented bigs and not strong rebounders. So overall, of course, you're going to expect this team to struggle on that end when your bigs aren't great rebounders. So those are things that I don't think are immediately fixable. That's just going to take reps. But I think something that's definitely fixable throughout the season is this team giving up a lot of threes. They are both bottom half of the league in opponents' three-point attempts and opponents' three-pointers made, and they're bottom 5 in opponents' three-point percentage. Teams are spraying against them. And of course, that has a multitude of problems. Right now, Buddy Hield is also not a strong defender. Tyrese Haliburton is a average to above average defender, but not really anything crazy. And while Miles Turner is a great rim protector, when he's out on the perimeter, he is a fish out of water. Jalen Smith also isn't somebody that can move his feet crazy well. So, of course, this teams, when they do move the ball, they can get a lot of open three-pointers against this team. But I think, with some a little bit more discipline, but I definitely think fighting over screens, prioritizing, scrambling out to contest their in threes, and not being so heavy on switches, which getting bigs on guards would really help this team in that area. And if they're able to get other teams' three-point percentage down a little bit, this team's defense takes it to a whole nother level. But right now, with how this team's playing, it's an offense that's very, very they can keep it up. This is something that's definitely they can stand for the rest of the season. Tyrese Haliburton doesn't look like somebody that's going to slow down with the playmaking. Their shooters are getting very good quality looks, so I don't expect the three-point percentage to drop off a cliff. And overall, the only player that I think may see a slight dip as the season goes on may be Benedict Mathurin. As you know, the rookie wall he will hit eventually, but at some point I don't think he goes below maybe 17 points per game on the season, and his three-point percentage may drop to 38 instead of 42, but those are still great numbers. And I think this team, I don't know, they may be a top 4 seed, but they're definitely maybe either a little bit outside the play-in or right in the play-in, but most likely they're going to be a 6 seed or somewhere around there for the season. They're one of the teams that are turning a lot of people's picks completely around this season, and they're doing it with a lot of young talent on the roster. They own their draft picks, and I don't know if they own anybody else. I have to check. Okay, wow, they have a lot of draft capital here. They have their own pick. They have the Celtics pick, which is top 12 protected. The Celtics are one of the best teams in the NBA, so that's most likely lower outside of the lottery. And they have the Cavaliers pick again, another one of the best teams in the NBA, so outside of the lottery. They have the Rockets, Mavs, and Heat pick in the second round, and the Spurs pick. So they definitely do have a lot of picks here. And I think at this point, these are things that you package to get that wing defender, that wing scorer that I was talking about earlier, instead of really trying to get another draft pick here. I think you have enough young talent on this roster that you can build around, and it's time to move in a direction where it's, more win now or see what this team can really do and see what you need to move players. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think the Indiana Pacers can keep this up? Do you think they can be one of the better teams in the NBA? Do you think this Benedict Mathurin is the second coming of Michael Jordan? Because, god damn. But let me know all that in the comment section down below. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 5K by the end of the year. With that being said, this is FLB. That's my time, and I'm out.